Hey, now we're gonna make the character together. And usually when I work on my own, I would like to have reference images on the side so that I know like how wide or how narrow the body parts should be. So a really common way that artists do this is they will have like a side image of the character and then they will have a front one and they will place it like perpendicularly to each other and then the character they made will be like in the middle of it. But because I'm just doing this freehand, so I'm not going to use reference image. Instead, I made this character really quickly before this tutorial, so I'm just going to use this as our rough reference today. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to create our shape here. Let's start with the cube first. Ooh, and it's pretty big, so I'm gonna scale it down a little bit. And then I'm gonna use this as the base of our torso. Scale it down a little bit more. And it seems like it's relatively narrow on this side, so I'm gonna do S and then Y. Let's go to the side view, maybe a little bit more. And front view, it's an X. And then we move up a little bit. Okay, that looks good. And now I'm gonna cut this cube into half and then use something called a mirror modifier. So essentially what it does is it's gonna copy all the functions I did on the one side so that I don't need to model both sides. So it really saves us some time. And to do that, I'm going to tap into the edit mode and then go to the top view. I'm going to turn on this X-ray function. So essentially what it does is let's go to vertices select. When I select these two vertices, it's also going to select the ones below it because it's X-ray. So it's able to see through the cube. Let's go back to top view. So X and then delete vertices. Oh, what happened? Let me double check. Oh, okay, sorry. I need to make a loop cut first. So let's do loop cut. Left click first and then right click. Okay, so now we can delete the other half. There you go. And now we go to the property panel here and click on this little wrench. It says modifier property, and then we'll go to modifier, we add mirror. So now this cube is mirror, and then make sure that we check the clipping option. Basically what it does is like when I drag this vertex, the other half will be connected to it. So if I don't have that, it will look something like this, right? It will create a gap in the middle. So make sure you have that checked. And now I'm gonna give a little bit more loop cut in the middle so that we can have the chest, the stomach, and pelvis. So scroll up your mouse wheel to have two loop cuts, left click, and then right click to let go. Now I'm going to do the arms, so go to face select up here, select this face, and then we do E to extrude, pull it out a little bit, and then S to make it a little bit smaller, and maybe G to move it out a little bit. Let's check the side view. Let's scale down a little bit more because the arms are not supposed to be very thick. I'll bring it in a little bit, so G and X, maybe GZ again. Okay, cool. And now E to extrude again, and then S to scale it down a little bit. So now we have the basic structure of the arms. And for the legs, so click on this face, and then we E to extrude, and then we scroll it down a little bit. Now I'm gonna do edge select. I'm gonna select this edge and then G to slide in along the the x-axis. So now this new face, which I just expanded, will be the base of our legs. So E to extrude, make sure you extrude it along the local z-axis. And then S to scroll it down a little bit, maybe GZ to pull it back. All right, so now if you look at our reference, you realize like this part's flat, but this like the one we just created is not. So to flatten it, we just do S, Z, and then 0. So basically we're saying, okay, there's no angle on the Z-axis. So it's like flat. All right. And then we do, actually, I feel the legs are not close enough. So let me do this. I'm gonna click on this again, and then we do G, and then X. Maybe even that G and X a little bit. Cool. Face select again, and then E to extrude, and then S. There you go. Now we're gonna do the neck. So select this face, and E to extrude, and then S to scale down. Let's check our side view. So number 3 looks all right. Sometimes I would turn off the X-ray because it's a little bit confusing. And top view, the neck looks a little bit too wide for me, so I'll scale down a little bit more. Is it better now? Maybe only X-axis. Okay, there you go. And then E to extrude again. And then S to scroll it down a little bit. And then E to extrude just a little bit more. And now I'm going to do S to really scale it up because that's going to become the base of our head. Let's go to the top view. Oops. Should be S. And then, oh, it seems like I created a new edge there. So I'm going to Control C to go back. S and Y again. And then S and X maybe. Now I'm going to scale it down together. Let's go to the side view. Okay, it looks all right. Maybe scale it down even more. Now I'm going to do E again to extrude. So I'm looking for this kind of cartoonish figure with a relatively big head, but you don't have to do this. You can scale it more proportionally if you like. Let's go to side view. Looks all right. Okay, so now we have the basic shapes of our character, and in next video we're gonna work on the details.